So we're going to try a change of pace today. Instead of telling me what not to buy, Tyler is going to tell me what stocks I should be buying right now. I know Tyler's been doing a lot of research in the market lately because, there's a lot of opportunities to be found. So, Tyler, what's one stock that's on your mind these days, and why should I pay closer attention to it?
Yeah, so one that I've been very intrigued by as of late is Borg Warner. If people aren't necessarily familiar with it, Borg Warner is an original equipment manufacturer for the automotive industry. It really made its hay for decades on what are called air management systems, which is a fancy way of saying like turbochargers, superchargers, kind of the things that you see on like big diesel engines or that Ford F-250 pickup truck that makes that large whirring noise when it starts to hit on the gas. It was an extremely profitable business for a really long time, but as the electric vehicle space started to, become abundantly clear that this is where the automotive industry wanted to go, Borg Warner kind of started this search through the trees of like how we're going to win in this market. And you see them make some significant investments in a lot of original equipment for EVs, in addition to their kind of, bread and butter air management systems. So we're talking like uh, the actual electric motor itself, a lot of thing that's called an inverter, which is basically converts the actions of your pedal to electrical signals for the electrical motors. A lot of the nuts and bolts components that you're going to see in EVs, nothing fancy like the batteries or the, things like that, just stuff that EVs need, just like any other vehicle. And as a result, that early parts of those transition was kind of awful for the company, write downs, declines in profitability. But we're starting to see a tick back up in total returns. So back to what we saw when it was the cash producing machine as the turbocharger maker. And so with improving profitability and getting back to it, I think it's actually trading at a significant discount to not only what it used to trade at, but comparative to what we see in the EV space, it looks extremely attractive to me. Price to tangible book is 4.1 times, which sounds kind of expensive, but historically this was a 6 to 8 times tangible book kind of business. And so you start looking at numbers like that, and if people are looking to make investments in the electrical vehicle space, I think places like this is where we need to go. The real picks, like the picks and shovels of the unsexy parts of automotive manufacturing.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad you brought that one on my radar because I don't think of Borg Warner as a electric vehicle play. I drive a Ford Expedition and it has a Borg and Warner turbocharger on it. Um, it it's a I like the product.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's like we have this awesome cash cow with our turbos and superchargers and things like that, and but we need to make that transition. And so like 3 or 4 years ago, they started making these huge investments in EVs, and all of a sudden we're now at this point where that's where it's going.
Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to click subscribe if you don't subscribe to my channel already. And as always, this video is sponsored by The Motley Fool. Be sure to visit www.fool.com/Frankel to receive the top 10 best stocks to buy now.